What's up, y'all? Whoever's watching. My name's Malik. I'll give my full name. Malik Al Magibe. Go by Solomine, also Milky Smooth. Greetings to everybody who's watching and all of the other sentient beings out there that may be listening right now as I speak or watching the recording. Hi. So I'm back. I had a little hiatus. Universe works in funny ways. So first of all, what I want to say is why I went away, why I wasn't making videos regularly, which I do want to do because I have a lot I want to share. But God had to take me away and protect me from whatever what was happening, and also sit me down so that I can learn some lessons about myself and my relationship with our creator, the universal creator. I like to call Allah, also call our creator other things, but our creator has many names, so you can call him God, you can call her God, whatever you want to say. But I'll let you know where I was. I was in jail. I got arrested. Yeah. Wasn't a fun time. Not at all. It challenged me in a lot of ways. You know, really tested my spirit and my soul. I thought I had everything under control. You know, I thought I had learned enough about the system and the law. I still have much to learn because they came and scooped me right up. I can't do nothing about it. You know, when people, you know, they come to you with that vest on and, you know, they got that camera on their chest and they got those weapons on their belt. I don't carry no weapons because I ain't trying to hurt nobody out here. If I ain't going to hurt somebody, it's going to be with my fists. It's going to be with my hands. The most satisfying way to defend yourself. But I ain't carrying no weapons. The most I'll have is a knife. It's not like a real knife. It'll be like a razor blade. Something that cuts easily. But, you know, that's just for self-defense. I don't want to hurt nobody. But anyways, they came to me, scooped me up real quick. You know? And it wasn't like they came looking for me. It was because I was being an asshole. I was being a jerk. I was being a jackass. I was being whatever you want to say to annoying people. That's what I was being. I was being a fuckboy. I was being all that type of stuff. I'm really considering on how honest I want to be on camera, because I don't know who's going to see this. But at the same time, I love honesty. I love the truth and I love being truthful. So if you love the truth, you got to be truthful with yourself, first and foremost. Hold on, I just got a notification. Alright, it wasn't nothing. So it's going to be a pretty long video, guys, if you can't tell. I'm just chilling right now. People like to say we're in quarantine. I don't think people realize how dehumanizing and how degrading that is to say it for yourself. You're quarantined? Like it's nothing changed. You're quarantined? Because how? You're doing it to yourself. You act like somebody on TV told you, no, you're doing it to yourself. Remember, this junk is a black mirror. It's a reflection. So if you're looking at the screen and you're saying that you're quarantined, you're just doing it to yourself. You want to be quarantined. You want to be by yourself, which is cool because there's a lot of benefits to what's going on right now. So I was in jail for a month. Basically, the whole month of February was my beginning. And then God was like, all right, you see what you tried to do? Now, you know, come sit down with me and let me talk to you about some stuff. So I was in jail at the beginning of March. For basically the whole month of March, I was in jail. For what? I'll let y'all know what the charge was. Disorderly conduct. I might tell you what it was, but that's going to be later in the video. You have to keep watching. All right. So there's a lot of benefits to this. I'll go ahead and say it, COVID-19 stuff, man. Man, there's so many layers to what's going on, but I came out of jail to this stuff. They was talking about the virus when I was in jail and I was arrested. And I was like the sergeants and deputies, they would come in and be like, everybody, mandatory showers. Everybody, make sure you wash your hands. Social distancing. And everybody in there is like, y'all the ones who's bringing in the virus anyways. If there is a virus to be transmitted, y'all would be the ones that's bringing it in. So don't make it a big deal about us, the prisoners who are literally quarantined. You know, we're the good. Like, you should be feeling safe when you come into work. When you come into work, you should feel safe. You don't have to wash up all the time. I was washing up all the time, but you know. And then I actually did get a little sick. But it's so, oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about, but the system is so messed up, man. Like, I was treated so bad. Not even just like as a group, but as an individual. Like, these guards, they have personal vendettas against you and they want to do things like, man, I got sick in jail. Why? Because of the ventilation. I know exactly what it was. It was the ventilation. Because when I would go to sleep, when I would lay in my bed, I was on the top bunk. And the ventilation, they said it was supposed to be air filtered, so nothing, if the virus was, and it's funny that they didn't know that it was, that it can be transmitted by air or not, because it's been going on in China. But, you know, they didn't know if it could be transmitted by air, so they told us that the events are filtering the air and giving us clean air. Every time I slept and I laid down, my head was right opposite to the vent because I wanted clean air. So I was making sure I was trying to get some clean air, right? But every time I lay down, I started getting a stuffy nose. So I wake up with the extremely stuffy nose, was breathe through my mouth, nose would start running. And then after about 2-3 nights doing that, I had symptoms like I was sick. I put in agreements for it. You know, God's gonna take care of that later. But there's a lot to talk about, but I'm gonna focus on what I need to say right now, so I don't make this such a long video. I don't know, my phone probably can't handle that much, anyways. But God took everything away from me. Like, I'm telling you, like, I thought I was doing good. I thought I was doing right, and God knows that. I'm saying God right now for communication purposes. Personally, I say something else when I'm talking to God by myself. But for communication purposes, so that we're all on the same level, because you can call God whatever you want to as well. Because it's all about the personal relationship that you have within you. You can also go like that, look up, you know, but it's really in here. But it's everywhere at the same time. Anywhere you look, that's where God is. So, as you could probably guess, I got acquainted with God. I got acquainted with the Bible. You know, because when you're in jail, there's nothing to do. Time is just passing by and you're just sitting there looking at a wall. And you got 5 hours till you eat. So what are you going to do? I wasn't given a Bible. God had to give me a Bible. I had to find one. Sergeants would have given, deputies, whatever the name is, they wouldn't give me a Bible. Said they were out when I saw a stack of them. That's how they treat you. Wouldn't let me out to eat food even though I saw other people getting food. That's how they treat you. But God knows that. And God also knows the system. He knows that we're being done wrong. He knows my heart. He knows your heart. He knows that you want good. The thing about God is that God is not a jealous God. Don't believe that part in the Bible when you read it. He is not a jealous God. God is way more real. God is way more present than you could ever imagine. God is speaking through me right now. And that's not me being arrogant. That's just the truth. God is speaking through me right now as I talk. God is over here right now as I talk. God is over there right now as I talk, talking to me, talking to you. All right. You watching, is God watching right now? God wants you to watch this. Not because of me, not to be arrogant. It's not about this. It's about the one and only, the Most High, the source of everything that is in your reality, everything that is in your life. You have to give it to God. Now, God gives it to you, so you make use of it. You do what you got to do with it, but you know where it comes from. Okay? That's what I had to learn when I was in jail. That's the main lesson. I learned other things, but that's the main lesson. Because God knew my heart. He knew what I was trying to do. He knew that I liked truth, which means I loved him. But he knew that I had a doubtful heart as well. I was skeptical. I would still question God, even though I wanted to get close to God. You know, that's a dangerous place to be in. How you going to try to get close, but you still doubting? So God gave me something where I don't have to doubt anymore. God is your friend. He is your guidance. He is your salvation. When you have nothing, God has everything to give to you. When you feel the most low, God feels that lowness with you. And the only thing that she wants to do for you is to know that she is with you. Everything you could ever want is with her. You just be patient. You got to stay faithful. Know and trust in her plan for you, because she knows everything. He knows everything. Okay? A lot of times, every time we suffer in this world and we're going through bad things, we're doing it because we are living without the Creator. When I say that, I mean that we're not thinking about the Creator. We're thinking about ourselves. So for me, an example to make it personal for me, I thought I was doing good, like I said, but I had to learn that I wasn't, because I was living for myself. So for example, I was in survival mode, okay? And Can-B probably already knows this. But I was in survivor mode. I had to get water, okay? I had to go get my food. I had to go fetch my food. You know, I had to think. I had to do a lot of things that took up a lot of my time just so I could survive. I had to take care of myself. Take a lot of time taking care of myself. You know, I had to get money. Make sure I had money. You know what I'm saying? You know, I wanted to feel good, so I had to make sure I felt good. You know, I like to eat, so I was eating. You know, I didn't care what it was. I prefer the vegan diet, but I didn't care what it was because I was hungry. I was super hungry. I wanted to eat. So that's what I did. I eat. But I was doing that all for myself, you know, thinking that you do good. Yeah, I'm gonna do service. You know, God said the greatest thing that we could do is serve one another. The greatest thing that we can do for one another is to help a person that's in need, help the person that is next to you, help the person that you see when you're walking in the grocery store. You see that they can't purchase everything in their cart. It's a good thing. It's the greatest way to serve your Creator is to help that person. Give them a couple dollars, even pay for the whole thing if you want to. It's up to you. You know, you are still the master of your own world. So the responsibility that we have as human beings here on this earth is that, which other beings on this earth, they don't have to think about it as much because they already, there's a balance and stuff. So we're given a lot of freedoms and we're given a lot of things, but because of that, we have a lot more responsibility than other things. And one of those responsibilities is to keep God in mind and keep God in your heart. keep God in your whole being. You put God first in everything you do. You put the source of your whole life, everything, your whole existence. You got to recognize that. I got to recognize that. If you don't, you're powerless. You suffer. You go through depression. You think about suicide. You hurt the people that are around you. You lie, you cheat, you steal, you gamble, you be a gluttonous and eat everything that you see, But when you put God first, those things go away. It's kind of simple. That's what's so crazy about it. Like this lesson that we all have to learn. And we've been learning for years. Like I feel in my being, I don't know this on a surface level, but I know this on a certain level within myself, that we've been suffering this for years, for thousands of years. If not millions, I couldn't think that as millions. But what do I know about time? I'm just a simple human being that only knows the time that I was born. But I feel that as human beings, we've been suffering from this for thousands and thousands of years. And we're slowly but surely going towards our own death because we are living without God in mind. Now, it's going slowly because it's from moment to moment. We're not keeping our mind on it because we're so involved with this body, which means that we're so involved with this material. So you can go without it, as within, so without. So as you get more self-involved and you call yourself God and you say that, I am number one, I need to take care of myself, I come before anything, correct yourself. Because you're forgetting where you come from. You're forgetting about your ancestors. You're forgetting about who you truly are. All right. That's what I was doing, and I am grateful to be reminded. That doesn't mean that I'm perfect now, but it does mean that I was given a great gift, and it was all because I had to do the work. I had to open myself up because things were getting dark when I was in that cell by myself, isolated, all alone. Things were getting very dark. Very, very dark. Imagine being in a cell when you're somebody like me who doesn't like to be locked up. I love my freedom. I love being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it, just like how I'm doing right now. But imagine yourself in a cell and you can't do anything. Everything is bolted down. Everything is metal. You can't even form a weapon. You can't even hurt yourself if you wanted to. Okay? The most you can do is like punch yourself and choke you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't even break the glass. I managed to form a weapon. I managed to get a weapon and carve a hole through a 3-inch fiberglass window. All right. But that's the most I could do because that was a lot of work for me to do. I was working on that junk for hours, probably days. But I managed to form a weapon. I wasn't able to do anything because you know why? Because it was just me. And since it was just me, demons were, they were trying to get in. They saw where I was. They saw how I was feeling. They wanted me to feel bad, But I'm going to go ahead and end this video because I'm getting tired of talking. And I will continue on with more. But I just want to let y'all know that you got to put God first. And once I opened up and I was like, yo, I got nobody to talk to. Last thing I can think of is God, so I'm going to give it a shot. And you know what? God talked back. In a very gentle, very subtle, in a way that is like, I'm here, but you still got lessons to learn. It was powerful, y'all. And I'm grateful. So with that, I say peace. I am a Moorish American. You are not black. You are not white. We out.